What good things did we used to have until a few idiots ruined them for everyone? There used to be a small dog park near my parents' old apartment. Our greyhound loved it and ran there every morning. The park was closed because people refused to pick up after their dogs. They simply left piles of dog waste everywhere, even after management sent out repeated warning letters. I am still angry about it. Do not get a dog if you are not willing to clean up after it. Buying tickets online used to be simple. Now I have to click on pictures of traffic lights or cars to prove that I am not a bot, sign into an account using a password I have forgotten, request a password reset email, open the email, change the password, prove again that I am not a bot, choose my seats, confirm the seats, and then pay another $20 in fees. This is a simple and slightly ridiculous story, but I think it perfectly demonstrates how selfish people can be. Several years ago, a guy posted his Starbucks card online and asked people to add it to their phones. The idea was to create a shared card for a large group of strangers. Anyone could use it to get a free coffee, or add money so that someone else could get one. You might expect everyone to take free drinks without contributing, but more people added money than spent it. At one point, the balance had apparently reached about $200. Then some jerk appeared and ruined the entire thing by locking the card account. He claimed that he had done it to demonstrate why sharing one card was inefficient, or something equally pointless. There is always one person who sees other people enjoying something and feels an urgent need to stop them. I am going to behave badly to prove that people behave badly. I used to work at a Tim Hortons located near a homeless shelter. Every evening, we collected the fresh food that had not sold and donated it. It was not much, usually one box of Timbits and about a dozen donuts. One day, a regional manager visited and immediately ended the arrangement. He gave us no explanation. He only said that we were never allowed to do it again, and that anyone who continued would be fired. We stopped asking questions and quietly became angry with Tim Hortons. How petty did a corporation have to be to force employees to throw away perfectly good food instead of giving it to people for free? A few months later, we were putting the leftover food into a garbage bag when a homeless man approached us. He said, "It is a shame things ended that way. I really loved your donuts, but that idiot ruined everything." My coworker replied, "Yeah, it is terrible. Corporations are incredibly greedy." The man looked confused and said, "No, that is not what happened. Some idiot at the shelter pretended to choke on a donut and threatened to sue your restaurant. That is why management stopped the donations." Facebook. I am not saying that it was ever perfect, but when I was a college freshman, Facebook felt completely different. It was fun to upload photos, talk to people you had met in class, and stay connected with friends. Now, it is full of middle-aged people from both sides of the political spectrum, acting morally superior to anyone who mourns the death of a celebrity. They post things like, "You are crying over this celebrity while I am thinking about the veterans who die by suicide every day. Share this post to prove that you care." I am sorry, but I am exhausted by relatives filling Facebook with their political opinions and guilt-driven posts. Obviously, I can remove them from my friends list, and I have. My point is that the entire atmosphere of the platform has changed. Maybe I am simply getting older, but I preferred it when people posted pictures captioned, "My first day of school," instead of political outrage and advertisements for another multi-level marketing product. Travel, in a way. Over-tourism has become a serious problem, partly because some people have no idea how to behave in the places they visit. Travel is a privilege, but these people treat it carelessly. They litter, get drunk, behave obscenely, ignore local customs, and do other ridiculous things that slowly destroy the destination. This behavior harms local residents and their environment, but it also makes travel worse for responsible visitors. One of my friends loves national parks so much that she now carries a garbage bag and collects trash left by inconsiderate tourists. When you visit somewhere, do not behave like an entitled jerk. Learn about the culture, do not litter, and respect the place you are entering. Driving. There are too many people on the road who should never have received driver's licenses. They ignore common sense, refuse to follow traffic laws, and seem unable to understand that they are not the only person using the road. People used to read articles and get information from them. Now it feels as though many readers immediately scroll to the comments to find out what the article supposedly said. Whoever invented the comments section may have helped kill reading. To be fair, many modern articles are barely worth reading. They contain endless filler, designed only to increase the amount of time users spend on the website. Drones. It takes only a few idiots doing something stupid or illegal, such as using drones to spy on people, before lawmakers seize the opportunity to introduce broad restrictions. To be fair, governments were among the first organizations to use drones for surveillance. A sense of neighborhood community. When I was around second grade, I would walk to my friends' houses, and we played in one another's yards. We learned to ride bicycles together, explored patches of woods between the houses, and played with the older kids. Public paranoia gradually ended all of that. The Washington, D.C. sniper attacks, fear of kidnappers, and similar events made people much more cautious and isolated. I used to be able to walk into an airport, buy a ticket, go to the gate, and board a plane. I flew that way countless times between San Francisco, where I lived, and Los Angeles, where my sister lived. You could also meet arriving passengers, or say goodbye to departing passengers directly at the gate. Going through security took about 30 seconds. My parents owned a small summer cottage beside a quiet lake surrounded by forest. The water was crystal clear and perfect for fishing and swimming. The entire place smelled like fresh pine trees. Over time, the lake became crowded with motorboats and was completely ruined. The water was polluted with gasoline, oil, and garbage dumped into it, including tires, mattresses, washing machines, solvents, and other waste. Now there are no fish. The water smells terrible, and the pine trees have been cut down. Burning Man used to be a genuinely interesting place, almost like a temporary miniature society. Now it often feels like a collection of wealthy people isolating themselves from everyone else in the desert. They buy or reserve huge private areas and refuse to let other people enter their camps. That is completely different from what Burning Man was originally supposed to represent. I think something similar has happened to festivals in general. They have shifted toward consumerism and showing off on social media. The message has become, look how much fun I am having, instead of actually enjoying the experience. Being a photographer. It feels as though everyone now considers themselves a photographer. If you are popular on Instagram or already famous, you may receive impressive professional assignments simply because you have a large audience, even if you understand very little about photography. I am not saying that every photographer must understand every technical detail. Natural talent is real and valuable. My complaint is that mediocre photographs often become popular only because the person who created them already has a large following. Movie theaters. Theater etiquette is completely dead. Something that was once one of my greatest pleasures has been ruined by rude people who act as if they are sitting in their own living room and do not care whether they disturb everyone else. Eventually, I installed a projector and screen in my own room. I have no regrets. In Turkey during the 1990s, if you became too drunk to get home safely, you could call the police hotline at 155 and tell them who you were and where you were located. The police were supposed to send an officer to pick you up and take you home. The service was intended to prevent drunk driving, robbery, and similar dangers. Then political and cultural changes occurred, and that kind of service disappeared. YouTube. People used to upload amateur videos. Old school YouTubers could still make excellent content, but the platform felt personal and spontaneous. Now YouTube is filled with corporations promoting heavily produced content, much of which feels empty. Educational and instructional videos have always been useful. I am mainly talking about entertainment. I miss the early era of YouTube, when people uploaded random videos simply because they thought they were funny or interesting. The videos were not always professionally edited by large teams working behind the scenes, and every creator was not trying to sell merchandise. There was less clickbait, and people were not constantly worrying about monetization. They uploaded things for fun. The internet no longer has that same Wild West feeling. Hey YouTube, I am back with another video in my series about how to make things. A lot of you have been asking how to do this, so I thought it would be really cool to help you today. Before we begin, do not forget to like the video and subscribe. I want to reach 2,000 likes, and if we do, I will love every one of you forever. Also, click the bell so you receive notifications whenever I upload a new video. And then the actual information finally begins. Childhood. You used to be able to wander around your neighborhood, ride your bicycle to a nearby park, explore the woods behind your house, and spend an ordinary summer day doing whatever you found interesting. Your parents sent you outside and told you to return when the streetlights came on. You had freedom. You could explore, build things, play, learn new skills, and solve problems by yourself. Yes, bullies might beat you up. You might encounter stray dogs, fall badly, or get injured. But you could explore the world freely and learn how to handle difficult situations on your own. It was wonderful. Now, at least in the United States, many people believe that children must be supervised by adults every minute of every day. Parents hold a child's hand and transport them from one organized location to another, as if they were carrying a suitcase containing a nuclear launch button. Parents are afraid to leave a child alone for even a few minutes, because a stranger might call the police and accuse them of committing a crime. Obviously, weather and safety matter. Leaving a child inside a dangerously hot car can be neglectful or abusive. But if the weather is mild, the car is safely parked in the shade, and a parent runs inside for a few minutes, I struggle to understand why that automatically creates a criminal situation. I do not understand how constant surveillance of children became normal. We have reached a point where parents may face serious accusations simply for allowing a child to be alone briefly. The whole situation confuses me. Thank you very much for watching. In the comments below, tell us what good things we used to have until a few idiots ruined them for everyone. Do not forget to watch our other videos. Bye.